Hey, John, you talked a lot about mental health and concerns. I'm curious what you think this can do for the team just finally winning one. And what was the locker room like?
Well, here it's as much they're finally playing together. They have to have rewards. We've been making strides for 3 weeks, but you got to have a reward at the end. And so because all the hard work, all the extra conditioning they're doing in shots and then sacrificing for the team, you got to have some reward and you got to win somewhere. And again, we had our marks again where, we had to reel it back in a little bit, but and again, here's a play. Davion wide open at the top of the key. What? Doesn't shoot it. Throws it to BJ. Wide open. What? Doesn't shoot it. Davion gets it. What's he do? Turns it over. Or it's a bad shot. Every good shot we had late that we missed, if you were watching the game, what'd we do? We rebounded.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can't rebound a bad shot or a turnover. And I just keep, harping on it. And then the great news, Davion came back and made that three at the top. That's a big play for this team. And it's a big play for Davion. I mean, BJ's playing so much better. You know why? He's playing for his team. All the stuff you saw early on, which was like an AAU game, you're not seeing it now. Now he's playing for his teammates. And again, a couple rebounds, he and Jacob both, and even Keon, a couple rebounds we needed to get. But, overall 15 assists and 13 turnovers. We're getting closer. Last game, 11. I'd like it to be 10 to 12, but, the press, the throw-ins, and some of that got us.
Jerry Tipton.
Yes, John, I was gonna ask you about Davion's shot and whether that's one of the daggers you've been looking for. But I also wanted to ask you about keeping Sharif Cooper off the foul line. He didn't shoot a free throw the whole game. How big was that?
No, it was big. And again, we gave him space. He hit a couple threes, but you got to live with that. And he hit one because we didn't play it right. We went under a pick and roll, and when he gets a clean look that way, he makes it. But he's a terrific player. He creates opportunities. He creates free throws. He creates shots, and he gets to the rim. So he makes them go.
John Hale.
Cal, you talked so much about playing through the post. How much was that first 4 minutes of the second half when you played through Olivier and he got open shots on the perimeter for other guys? How close is that to what you envision the offense to look like?
Did you see there are two things that we tweaked offensively. We did some stuff we haven't done before. Did you guys see it? Slacks, don't laugh. You don't have to laugh at them. So we did some things post-wise and pick and roll wise that was different. And the greatest thing about this team is they respond, they listen, they're smart. And so we're still tweaking how we're playing, but we're playing through post if we can. And now we did some things that if you try to front us, we'll do something different. Here's how we'll play it. But like I said, I respect this group. I respect them because of what they've gone through. The Kentucky experience coming in the summer and the fall and really getting training and weight training and team building and all that we do. Our fans, 24,000 deep, giving us to the finish line of games, which they've done over my 12 years here, like I can't begin to tell you. And even more so when we go on the road and half the building is Kentucky fans. Or we go to the league tournament and there's 19,000 fans, 17,000 are our fans. They're raving fans and things are positive. It's unbelievable. Well, the raving part, when it's not going so good, they're still raving. So we're only hearing that side or feeling that as for these kids who are 18, 19, and 20. They're not me as an adult. Like I'm the worst coach ever. I could never coach. Okay, that's fine. I agree with you. Can we move on? That's my answer to it. I'll agree with you what you're saying about me. I'm the worst ever. I agree. Can we move on now? Well, these kids are 18, 19, and 20. And I told them for what we've done, the breaks we've had go against us, and you still fight and you still do extra work and you still condition. I respect these guys.
Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, Cal, Davion has been a guy who clearly is willing to take that shot at the end, who's obviously capable of making that shot at the end. I know he's also a guy who with the NCAA rules can come back next year. Have you already started selling him on being your 6-year senior anchor?
I'm worried about Vanderbilt right now. I'm not worried about next year. I'm just telling you guys right now, I want this team to finish and be something people talk about for the next 20 years. I'm trying to get them to believe what I believe. And I'm trying to motivate them that way. I'm trying to hug them and be positive. Yet, here's the tightrope, guys. You got to hold them accountable. If you're working on stuff and they just try to do their own thing, it is not acceptable. If you're getting beat to every ball, we're holding guys accountable. But by holding them accountable to be a team, to be tough, to come up with balls, we're working on it every day so they can carry over and do it in the game. But again, I'm looking at this group, all of them, and just telling them, man, there's no team in the country that's ever gone through what we're just going through. Now, you could say, wait a minute, other teams are going through this. Not at Kentucky. Not at Kentucky. And you know what? My hope now is these kids get it and we can look back. But I'll tell you, we got another tough game and another tough game and another tough game. There's no easy games. And we just got to worry about us getting better. If we continue to grow and come together as a team and limit these turnovers, so because we're not trying to be heroes, we're trying to play basketball as a team and keep defending and blocking shots and rebounding, winning will take care of itself.
If you're keeping it focused on,
you play 4 ranked teams and an NCAA tournament team back. I remember 2 years ago, we did the same, or 3 years ago, and we lost 4 in a row. We lost 4 in a row because of who we played and where we played them. And then by the end of the year, you know what? We had our chance.
Cal, circling back on Davion, if you are keeping it focused on this year, how significant is it just for this year then to find a guy who will and can make that shot at the end?
Well, that's big for us. You still remember the Vanderbilt game. We did a little hammer screen on the weak side and he knocks it down and ended the game. The one he made today, those are daggers. It takes a unique guy. And I'm going to tell you why. They can't be afraid to miss the shot. I'm not afraid to miss this. That's the one that'll make it. If the guy's eyes are like this and his mouth's moving, he's probably afraid he's going to miss the shot. All right, now that guy ain't making it. Oh, was it so close? Yeah, but the dude that's not afraid to miss, I'll deal with the miss, but I'm shooting this and this is a dagger. Proud of him.
All right, 2 more. We'll do John Clay, 3 more, Michael Bennett, and then Daryl. That'll be it. Go, John.
Cal, you had a tough time shooting the 3 all year. Now the last 2 games you've made 14 and 11. What's been the difference there?
Well, John, what have I been telling these kids?
Shoot it. If they go over 10, that's on you, not them.
Just keep shooting. And when they don't shoot, I take guys out of the game. Now you got to have courage. He's making me shoot this. I might as well try to make it. There's no faking. We're not faking this stuff. You're a good player. You can make these shots. I'm not. I was asked this question. You know, you're telling them to shoot. What happens when they take a bad shot? When you watch me, I don't say one thing on a bad shot. Not one thing, because I don't want it to be an excuse. Well, that's why I thought it was a bad shot. No, I ain't saying anything on a bad shot. Shoot it. Why, John? It may go in, banker, which Jacob made last game.
Might rebound
it. May not go in, and
we might rebound it. Yeah.
Or they rebounded, and we got everybody back. What's a turnover lead to? Baskets down the other end. What does a bad shot. We can't rebound a bad shot. There's no rebound for it. And we're out of position to get back. So part of it is that. And then the other part is we're trying to play faster. Here's what happened. We started fast and we missed 3 open threes. Okay. And then we slowed down. I'm looking at these dudes, stop. What I told them prior to the game, I want to see guys smiling. If you're not smiling, I'm taking you out of the game. Smile. Smile. Have fun with this. We're tweaking, we're trying, we're practicing, we're fighting, we're having individual meetings. I have you on a couch with a wet rag on your head. I'm doing everything. I'm hugging, hugged a guy, kissed a guy on the forehead. We're doing everything. Smile. Smile. What do you want this picture to look like? What do you want it to look like? Well, we can do whatever we want. We're good enough to play with anybody in this league, and we're good enough to get beat by anybody in this league.
Michael Bennett.
John, I'm with you. I completely respect this team a lot. They're 6-13, yet they continue to fight. And of course, you got a lot of games where you've lost with within one possession, and they could have easily have given up. What are you saying during practice, before the games, halftime, to keep them fighting the way that they are?
Well, one of the things, like I told him before this game, you got to look at this game as though we won the last play. That block was a jump ball and we won the game. How would you be feeling about this game now? In this sport, when you play this many games, you can't let a loss lead you to another loss, whether you're coaching or playing. And for me, I just want to keep painting the picture that I believe in you. We have some flaws. We have some limitations, but guess what? So does everybody else. And we also have enough. I've done this now 30 some years. We have enough to win. The mental toughness, physical toughness is the thing that's still in flux. If we ever get that, like today, it was Isaiah. The rest of the guys couldn't come near a ball, but Isaiah did. But what if we had 2 or 3 guys playing like Isaiah? You could have a bad shooting night and still win. So I just stay on them. I'm meeting with them individually. My concern individually is just tell me how you are. I mean, really tell me, how are you getting through this? Are you looking at any of this social media? No. Are you looking at it? Because if you are, you're not very smart. Leave it alone. And again, how are you letting steam off? This stuff is different. I mean, and like I said, they got nowhere to go. They can't even be in each other's rooms. They can't be with a girlfriend. They can't be with their families. I mean, this group, this young, being what they've been through and doing what they're doing, I'm proud of them. This may be one of those years, if we keep this going, that I talk about, this was the greatest year for me ever. Yeah, now say it, you're the worst coach ever. I agree with you. Can we move on now? You don't know how to play and coach play. You're right. I agree with you. Let's move on. All I can tell you is this team's fighting for the university, for the state, for the athletic department. They haven't given up one bit, and neither has our staff. Thanks.
All right, we'll have players in just a second, and Daryl will